A wonderful day is right here again. I'm happy that you're here with me. Good morning, or should I say good afternoon? Whatever the time it is, it's a good day. So I would say, good day to you. Welcome to my class. Welcome to your class. Welcome once again to Basic Science class. It's your dear Mr. Samrad. I'm happy that you're watching this video, the second part of the video that I told you about. Listen, for this week, it's all about just one topic. Yes. But let's look at how we started this week. If you remember last time, we actually started with abstinence. The topic, abstinence, gave us a new insight into the way we actually perceive certain activities. Those activities we call antisocial behaviors, including premarital sex. These insights that we gained, I believe, they will stay with you for the rest of your life. What were those things that we actually discussed about? So last time, we talked about the meaning of abstinence, types of abstinence, and we also looked at several benefits of abstinence. From what we had last time, we could see that abstinence is very, very important. And it is necessary for adolescents to actually abstain from all antisocial behaviors if they really want to enjoy their lives. Okay, what do I have for you today? So today, I'm going to the second part of the topic, which is still abstinence. Abstinence 2.0. In this video, you'll be able to learn the reasons why adolescents do not abstain from premarital sex. At the end of this video, you will also be able to know some consequences of premarital sex. You will also be able to know skills and behaviors that will help you, that will guide you, that will motivate you to abstain. Lastly, you will also be able to debunk some myths that your friends have about abstinence. Okay, please let me introduce you to abstinence 2.0 by simply reviewing some of the things we learned last time. We said that abstinence can be defined as the act of avoiding any action or attitude considered harmful or that has adverse effects on one's life. We also said that abstinence can be lifelong, delayed, or periodic. Last but not the least, we also looked at the reason why adolescents must abstain from premarital sex. That when they do such, they'll be able to avoid unwanted pregnancy. They will also be able to avoid STIs. They'll be able to focus on their education. They'll be able to maintain their religious principle and personal dignity and respect will also be achieved too. Not only that, they will be able to know who truly loves them so that they will not really get hurt. With all these at the back of our mind, let's go on and see how abstinence proves to be difficult for adolescents. Today, we want to know the reasons why adolescents cannot and do not abstain. So, let me tell you this. We have so many reasons. Some of those reasons are intentional, while some are not intentional. Okay, so for us to really have a full grasp of the reason why adolescents engage in premarital sex, then let's go ahead and watch this video, which I call Teen 2.0. Oh, remember, Teen 1.0. Recall. We actually watched it in our first video. So, in Teen 2.0, it's actually a different video entirely. I've decided to break this video into two. We are going to watch the first part, we analyze it, and watch the second part too. See, in Teen 2.0, it's actually a real life story about a young girl. See, we will be able to answer certain questions. Why the girl in the video made the mistake she made. Why she made that mistake. You'll be able to know what prompted her to make the choice that she actually made. And then you'll be able to see the consequences that she actually suffered at the end of the day. It's actually an interesting video. Please follow me and let's go on and enjoy Teen 2.0.
When I was 16 years old, that was when I first had my first boyfriend. His name was Aiden. So I met Aiden in school and we were assigned to be chemistry lab partners and we just hit it off. And I thought he was a pretty great guy based on everything we talked about. And we hung around a lot. But sometimes I felt like our relationship was moving a little too fast for me. I came from a very strict Catholic family, so we weren't allowed to do anything intimate or serious until after marriage, which Aiden didn't agree with. Aiden always pressured me to do things I didn't want to. One time we were just sitting around watching TV on my bed while my parents were at work. And I asked him, "Hey, do you want something to eat or drink? Or maybe we could watch another movie because this one's kind of boring." Aiden kind of took the remote and he turned the TV off and he started telling me things that I didn't want to hear. And I just asked him, "Please stop, I'm not ready to do this." Aiden got kind of mad and he said he would leave me if I didn't do what he wanted me to do. So I was faced with a choice that I would regret for the rest of my life.
Wow. She was faced with a choice that she would regret for the rest of her life. Okay, so let's see other reasons. Now, you've already seen one or two reasons why this young girl actually had to have premarital sex. But let's see some other reasons, apart from the ones you've known. Eagerness to enjoy physical pleasure. Do you know that at pubertal stage, there is an rise in biochemical messengers that we call hormones? The way you feel, the pleasure, the anger, your anxiety, your worries, just mention them. They are being controlled by hormones. Now, listen. At this particular stage of your life, because of the rise in this hormone, you begin to have this urge for sexual intercourse. So, if you are unable to control the urge, you may actually find it difficult to abstain. So you have this eagerness to want to have this physical pleasure as a result of just mere hormones or chemicals running through your veins. You can imagine why they find it difficult. Another reason why they find it difficult to abstain is simply because of this false feeling of maturity. Some adolescents believe, "Oh, I have arrived. Yeah, when they say, "Oh, Tolu, you are beautiful. Look at you. You are a beautiful girl now. Oh, Ireti, you're such a beautiful darling. Oh, Damola, you are so wonderful. You are handsome." As immediately they start hearing that, in fact, their heads start swelling up. Then you see Tolu bouncing up. I'm beautiful. And she start behaving like a mature girl. So she start having that feeling, a false feeling, of course. And she want to try. She will want to try what adults are doing. Take for instance, just because Tolu has been told she's pretty, just because Riti has been told that she's very beautiful, and then the next thing is when a boy approaches her, what do you see? Tolu will feel. Tolu will feel like maybe she's actually mature enough to do it. To do it. And then before you know it, they find it difficult to abstain. Not only that, pressure from partner. When they start having boyfriend, girlfriends, adolescents easily get pressured to have sexual intercourse. And so, because they don't want to lose their partner, then they engage in sexual intercourse. Another reason is pressure from friends. Judging from this video, you can see that the look on this girl's face is so bad. What do you think could be happening to this girl right now? At the back, you can see some of her friends. I believe they're actually making some insinuating and insidious comments, trying to cajole her, trying to coerce her in making certain choice that she might actually regret in her life. So, pressure from friends can be so strong to move some adolescents into having sexual intercourse. Okay, another reason we know is that some adolescents are afraid of being left out. They are afraid that, they will be insulted. They will not be loved again. My friends will not walk with me again. They won't want to interact with me again. And so because of that, because I'm the only one that, maybe because I don't have a boyfriend, I'm still a virgin. So you can imagine. That fear of being left out moved some adolescents it moved them to engage. See, the truth is this. You don't know how it feels until you are in that shoe, except you are feeling it right now, or you felt it before. You felt that pressure before. Another reason is that insecurity, that feeling. It can be so strong that sometimes they will feel like, they are going to lose the best thing or the best person they have in life if they don't engage in sexual intercourse. Judging from the picture, you can see that too. Now, intimacy cravings and curiosity. Some boys, some girls, they just want to feel loved. They just want to feel love. They want to love. They are seeking for love. They want to be loved too. That intimacy, they crave for it. And so it moved some to engage in sexual intercourse. Some adolescents are so curious that they just want to know. In fact, they are so curious that they want to know that thing that is making noise, that thing that is making sound inside a radio. So once they hear a thing, they want to practice it. They want to feel it. They want to taste it. And thus, at the end of the day, they find themselves making a grievous mistake. So, you've been able to see some reasons. Now, about 8 reasons why adolescents find it difficult to abstain from sex. However, let's go on and analyze the video that we watched, Teen 2.0. If I ask you, what is the age of the girl? Or should I say, what was her age when she actually committed that mistake. She was 16 years old. This girl was 16 years old, brought up from a Catholic background. She was trained. In fact, from her background, she was told not to engage in premarital sex. My dear, if you're watching this video right now and your parents are already telling you, don't do it, please, don't do it. This girl had the same warning, the same advice from her parents. Until then, everything was going fine. Then she met this boy called Aidan. Aidan pressured her, and to the point that she had to make that choice. After making the choice, she knew she was going to regret it because it was not intentional. But she fell into the temptation due to the pressure from her partner. Okay, so from what we have watched, you can see that there's still something we don't know yet about what happened to this girl. We don't know that part yet. Okay, but let's go on now and see some of the consequences of premarital sex. Then we will now be able to see what really happened to this girl after having sexual intercourse with Aidan. I know you can anticipate it already. Yeah, you can guess. Okay, before the video, there are some consequences adolescents do suffer. And one common consequence is teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy. You know what? When they say teenage pregnancy, in your mind you just feel, oh, getting belly. That's it now. Abby, and now, what's come to us, that's it. And I'll go and live with the boy now. Stupidity. Let me tell you something. If you don't know, you're going to know something today. Something you don't know before, my dear students. See, when you get pregnant at your teen age, do you know what it means? You are not fully developed for what you are carrying. And do you know the implication? The implication is that you will find it very difficult to cope physically. Yes. It can be so overwhelming. Not only that, because of your inability to physically cope, it may actually result into pregnancy or birth complications. Are you seeing now? 3, Abby. Now, this pregnancy stroke birth complications may be so strong that it may lead to the loss of your life or the life of that baby. So bad. Yes, so bad. But take for instance, if you survive and you eventually become a mother, as a teenage mother, do you know the consequence? You will lose certain opportunities. Okay, you've delivered a baby. There are certain opportunities you will lose. 1, now you're a mother. The way your parents used to treat you, they won't treat you that way again. The way even the society treats you, they won't treat you that way again. Opportunities to go to school, lost. In fact, especially if you are still in GSS or senior secondary school. Oh my God. See, even though if you are going to continue your education, that year or 2 or 3 years will pass before you meet up. Some of your mates would have even graduated before you start. My dear, not only that. What about economic and social deprivations? In this case, you have to fend for yourself. You will start working. You will need to take care of yourself and take care of the child. Hey, are you seeing Bege? On a more serious note, you that's supposed to be under your parents, under their roof, taking care of you, and you should be enjoying your childhood. But you'll be out there working to survive, to make ends meet for yourself and your baby that you brought to life. Not only that, some will go on and abort. They terminate the pregnancy. Abi, fine. Most of the time, we found out that this abortion is often done in the back street, especially by quacks, in an unhygienic condition. This may have long-term consequences. In fact, it may even lead to loss of life. Yes, loss of life because of certain deadly complications that may arise. For instance, when they start bleeding and then they don't want to tell their parents, and then they bleed to death. What about infections? They start having infections that may even affect their reproductive health. Long-term consequences also include fertility, infertility, their ability to give birth to child later in future will be hampered. Oh, do you know all this together can actually make them to develop psychological and emotional trauma? Yes. So now you see that when we say teenage pregnancy, there is a whole lot attached to it. Let's look at the second consequence. The second consequence is sexually transmitted infection. Sexually transmitted infection, when you hear it, STI, to you it's just like one big grammar, right? Let me break it down for you. It can lead to infertility. Wow, you really want to become a mother? You really want to become a father? Oh, for you as a boy, minor, but don't think you've escaped, boy. But for you as a girl, you need to watch it. When you have sexually transmitted infection and is not treated, it can lead to infertility. Not only that, sexually transmitted infection can also lead to some other health problems if not treated. Do you know that STIs can affect your baby? It can affect the fetus, and thereby it will now lead to disabilities. Or the baby will be born with special needs. My dear, there is fire on the mountain. Premarital sex, you need to really abstain from it. But there is still one more. This is the almighty HIV/AIDS. When you engage in premarital sex, recall the video we watched in Teen 1.0. That is our last video. The boy impregnated the girl, and the boy eventually became a father. And in addition to it, HIV/AIDS patient. You can imagine. So, this is a real life story. HIV has no cure yet. And you also know that if you should contract it at your tender age, you are going to live with it throughout your life. And you don't know how long you even want to. Without HIV safe, you don't know how long you are going to live. Now that you've now contracted HIV/AIDS, just know there is no way you can live that you will ever live to the fullest. Yes, don't be deceived. Why did I say this? That you can live even with all the drugs here for you to actually take and to manage and maintain your body. Some of those opportunistic infections that will be coming left and right, even though the drugs are able to suppress them, you won't really enjoy yourself because you'll be living on drugs. Not only that, my dear, do you know that there is trauma attached to it and opportunity costs? Opportunity cost in the sense that you will lose some certain privileges. Okay, take for instance, you have now graduated, but you are an HIV/AIDS patient, and then you find a job. You're able to secure a job somewhere or in an organization that requires physical. And the job there, your work function is physically demanding, and they are asking you to go for your medical checkup, only to find out that you're HIV/AIDS patient. They might not want to employ you. Oh, you will lose that opportunity. Oh, last but not the least, the worst part is that if not treated on time or if not detected on time, it leads to, from HIV, it graduates to AIDS, and then death comes. My dear, think of that step again. Think twice before you make it. We are talking about the consequences that are associated with premarital sex. Now, let's go on and watch the second part of Teen 2.0. We want to see what happened next. This girl has now slept with Adam. And so, what will happen to her? She said she regretted her choice, right? Let's see whether she truly regretted that choice of sleeping with Ada.
Fast forward over a month and a half later maybe, I started feeling different. I was craving a lot of different foods that I usually wouldn't eat, and then I always needed to pee, and sometimes I feel kind of nauseous. And I remember that when I started getting nauseous and more nauseous, they started throwing up every day, I told my best friend, Lily, and she looked at me and she said, "Have you done anything lately?" And I asked, "What do you mean?" And then I remembered that night. I was like, yes, I did. And we went to the pharmacy and we got a pregnancy test, and I took the test. It came positive, and I remember when it came positive, Lily just held me there as I cried. I went through a lot after that day. I was kicked out of my house because I was pregnant. But I learned quite a lesson that you should never be taken advantage of. You should never be pressured in doing anything you don't want to. Today I have my daughter. She is 3 years old, and I don't regret having her, but I do regret having her at the time I did. It was much more difficult for me. And right now, I am working to get back to school.
Did you see that? So, from the final part of Teen 2.0, you can see that some of those consequences we actually mentioned, this girl suffered them. 1, she was kicked out. 2, she had to walk to go back to school. Enough of that. Let's go on now and see some skills and behaviors that will help you not to fall a victim. It will help to promote abstinence. It will help to instill discipline in you. Let's go on and see some of those skills, and you'll be happy that you are knowing them. 1 is counseling. Do not overestimate or in fact, don't even underestimate as well the power of counseling. Do you know those advices you take from somebody older than you or from professionals can go a long way to help you? Counselors are there for you to tell you about the risks associated with premarital sex. They will analyze what you are feeling now. They will tell you why you are feeling what you are feeling and the reason why you have to suppress it, so that you will not go on to make some grievous mistakes. Apart from counseling, another skills or behavior that will help you is your Bible or your Quran. These 2 holy books have warnings, advices, commandments. See, when you follow the laws, when you follow their guidance, it will go a long way in safeguarding you. See, by studying holy books, it will help you to know that premarital sex is actually not meant, in fact, sex is not meant for adolescents, but for adults. And from that, you will actually know that God frowned against premarital sex. Another skill or behavior is the way people go how to enlighten us in the public. So you must have heard it in radio, on TV, in the seminar, discussing about sexual intercourse among teenagers and why they should desist from it. Okay, now this is the third way of helping you to abstain from sexual intercourse before the right time, before marriage. The fourth way is through parenting. See, your parents really matter to you a lot. See, you don't know their values. You just pay attention to them. Sometimes it can be so hard. It will look as if they are so they don't want to understand. They are so what should I call it? They are just all over you every time, on your neck. Yes, but don't forget, they are your parents. They know more than you do. So, through parenting, adolescents can actually learn how to abstain from sexual intercourse before the right time. Mentoring. This part, I don't joke with it. Get a mentor. Through mentoring, you will be advised. Through mentoring, you will be coached. If you receive adequate mentoring, you will succeed. You will have direction. In fact, you will receive support from your mentors. You'll be able to focus on your goals and what is it that you want to do? You'll be trained. So with all this all around you, you can see that you won't even have time to engage yourself in any antisocial behaviors, let alone premarital sex. The power of mentoring. Don't underestimate it. Now, lastly, seeing is believing. If you think all what we are saying is, they are just folk tales, go on and probably go to HIV centers and then receive the same, try to attend one of their sessions and receive the same counsel they used to give them. Then you will know that it is real. Premarital sex would take no adolescents anywhere. Yes. So, now that I have known this, let's go on now and see some of those myths and facts about premarital sex. Okay, you used to hear, they will say, some adolescents will say, or some parents will say, they're not laying emphasis on abstinence in sexual education. They're not really saying we should abstain. No. In fact, there is emphasis on abstinence. And that is why you are having this topic right now. Yes. So note that. Also, another myth is that some people believe students in elementary school are too young to learn about abstinence, about sexual intercourse, about different parts of their body. No. They are not too young. Do you know that they are very curious? These children are curious. They want to try it. They are already thinking about it. Okay? So, if you give them accurate information, then they will know that what they want to try could actually jeopardize their future. Not only that, do you know that they really need to know it now in the elementary class so that they'll be able to know different parts of their body. In case somebody sexually abused them, they'll be able to tell. Are you seeing this? Good. Now, another myth about abstinence is that there must be premarital sex to confirm compatibility. Before marriage, I need to have sex. No. See, listen to this. Sex is not a tool for confirming compatibility. It is not a yardstick. In fact, it's not a measure for you to know whether you are compatible with that person. That person really understands you. Both of you are meant to tread the same route. Your destinies is meant to be. Whatever they say. See, let me tell you one thing. There are many ways you can really know whether you are compatible or not. Through those times that both of you are courting yourself without having sex. You will get to know whether this person really truly loves you. Does this person share the same goal with you? Yes, so many ways. Okay, now there is another myth. And this time around, they used to say that sexual intercourse before wedding makes wedding night lively. Oh my God. Do you know this is wrong? Yes, it is wrong. First, here's the thing. It is not a must that you have sexual intercourse on your wedding night. In fact, you even be tired, safe. You'll be tired with all the cookings, the jumping up and down, the dancing, everything. So, we say having premarital sexual intercourse before marriage will make your wedding night beautiful. Oh, do you even know that even after your wedding, that's the time you will actually know whether you'll be enjoying the sex or not. So, if you prepare your mind that sexual intercourse can't be boring at all, even if you have it on your wedding night. So, remaining virgin is a virtue. Please don't lose it at all. Let's take the last two. So, another myth they used to talk about is that adolescents do not want to talk about sex with their parents, that they are always shy. They don't want to talk about it. In fact, don't mind them. Those kids are very bad these days. They won't say anything. No. In fact, you know that they actually want to talk. They want somebody to tell them. Some are even comfortable. And these ones are least likely to have intercourse in adolescence. Yes. So, as you are hearing it from me right now, I know you will go and ask your parents more and more and more. You might even lecture your parents about some certain things that you've learned in this video. Last but not the least, they say long-term abstinence can lead to sickness. This is very, very common, really among some older teenagers. No. Let me tell you this. It is self-discipline. In fact, it is what you cultivate. You have to exert yourself to do it. See, the reason is because if you don't abstain, you will be prone to diseases. That is when you will contract those yama diseases. So don't let anybody tell you as well that long-term abstinence can lead to sickness. Do you also know that if eventually you are able to abstain, you stand to enjoy so many benefits? Now, let's summarize everything we've learned from the beginning of this video to the end, even including those ones we learned in Abstinence 1.0. We said the act of avoiding any action or attitude considered harmful or that has adverse effects on one's life is called what? Abstinence. We also learned that there are 3 types of abstinence: lifelong, delayed, and periodic abstinence. We also learned the benefits of abstinence. For instance, you'll be able to prevent unwanted pregnancy, and you'll be able to determine who truly loves you. All these diseases will not be there. You'll even be able to focus on your education and so many more. Then we also learned in this video that skills that promote abstinence include counseling, parenting, mentoring, public enlightenment, and so on and so forth. We learned today that abstinence is the best way for adolescents, but some adolescents do not abstain because they are very curious. They just want to taste it. Some because of this eagerness for physical pleasure. While some, they want to feel loved. Some, they have matured. They don't want to be left behind. You can imagine. And then because of the little enjoyment, you will just go and you destroy your life. Okay? So, lastly, we learned that there are many myths that adolescents believe in. And some of them are not actually correct. Yes, you have learned so many today, about 6 of them. Among them, you learned that they believe that they should have sex before marriage. Abi, is it true? No, it's not true. So, to end this video, I will leave you with these few words of mine that you should abstain. Say no to sex. Abstinence is beautiful, very rewarding. See, you can be sure that there is no STD. 100%. Bam. You can be sure that there is no danger. 100% safe. Bam. And you can be so sure that there is no side effect. 100%. So, it is cheap. Why do you have to waste your life just because you want to enjoy 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Thank you for watching this video. That is how we come to the end of today. Go on now and watch. Go on now and take the quiz and get ready for Friday. Or is it Saturday? I wish you good luck. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. Now you can go ahead and take the quiz.